Well, hello, and welcome to another lesson of the Content Modeling Weekly course. I am Marcelo Lewin. As always, you can get a hold of me right there, Marcelo at headlesscreator.com. Feel free to send me an email, ask questions. If you have any feedback, I'd love to hear from you. I really appreciate you watching here live today. So today I'm going to finish what turned out to be a three-part series on creating display rules for content types. So in other words, you may have entries and content types that you want displayed on different delivery channels or on by different audiences. So we created a rules engines in part 1 and 2. In part 1, we actually created the engine and added delivery channels. In part 2, we added audiences. Today, we're going to add tags. So today's is going to be kind of short because we already built up to this point, and the whole point of it was to get us to a point where we can continually expand this rules engine, excuse me, without any big work or issues or redoing our entire content model. So that's what we're doing today. But as always, I'm going to go ahead and tell you real quick about headlesscreator.com. Go ahead and get your free account. I'm shooting for 1,000 registered users by the end of the year, so I'm on my way there. I'm close to 750 registered users now, so hey, that's good. So if you're watching live right now and you don't have an account yet, please go ahead and go to headlesscreator.com, get your free account. You'll have access not only to this lesson on demand, but also all the lessons in the Content Modeling Weekly course here that you can see. It's got, I think I'm up to 39 lessons coming up, and many more coming up after that. Plus, you'll have access to pretty much everything else. All of our Focus On courses, they're all free. Discover Headless Tech, and a lot of them are presented by many presenters. As you can see, I have many guest presenters here. The Content Modeling Weekly, of course, I do it because that's my passion right there. So, all right, that's that. No more marketing stuff. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and restart the intro. As you know, for the on-demand version, we have absolutely no marketing at all. So I'm going to restart the intro, and I will see you back in 10 seconds. Well, hello, and welcome to another lesson of the Content Modeling Weekly course. I am Marcelo Lewin, the Headless Creator. As always, you can get a hold of me right there, Marcelo at headlesscreator.com. Feel free to send me an email with questions, feedback, comments, whatever you want. I'll get back to you within 24 hours. For those of you watching live, remember, get an account at headlesscreator.com. For those of you watching on demand already, thank you so much. I really appreciate you registering to my site. Today, what are we doing? We're going to go ahead and finish the three-part series that we started 2 weeks ago, where we created a rules engines for displaying content based on audience, on delivery channel. Today, we're going to add tags. So depending on the kind of tag, or depending on the kind of audience, or depending on the kind of delivery channel, the content will display differently. So let's go ahead and show my screen here. I'm going to go ahead and... there we go. Perfect. So here we are. We're in Miro. So what I'm going to do is let's go back in time a little bit, and I'm going to bring here the content models from 2 weeks ago. So let me go a little bit larger. So if you recall, we had like an FAQ content type. We had a blog content type. You can have a variety of content types. But we added a field called rules, which had a zero to many relationships to the actual rules. So let's bring the rules here. I'll bring the rules back here, and here we are with rules, and maybe we'll put it over here. So what we said was with rules, we can name the rule, and then you can have allow rules or deny rules. Now, allow rules or deny rules would match to, at that time, we did audience and delivery channel. Today, we're going to add tags, so it's a zero to many to any of these content types. And then allow must match, it's going to have two types of values, either any condition or all conditions. So if you had multiple allows, you can say, look, all these conditions have to be met before we show this entry. If you have deny, then you can say either all or none or any of these conditions must be met before we deny the showing of this entry. So let's bring up our delivery channel and our audience. And here we have, and you can see that our audience is just very simple. We decided not to have users in our content model because what we're doing is we're integrating with an external system that tracks our users, and all we're doing is building a group of audience, right? So you can have, and you'll see in our example, we have like dog lovers or cat lovers as a group of audience with a code ID that integrates and you can use that from on the front end to then check, look, is this user a dog lover? Then is this entry part of that dog lover audience? Then go ahead and show that entry to that user, maybe in search or maybe in the list or wherever you want to show it. And then, of course, we have the delivery channel content type, and I'll show you. I'm going to jump into Contentful, the headless CMS that I use, but it's in any headless CMS, it would be the same thing. But in the delivery channel, we had, again, a name, like, for example, it would be the website, or it could be the dog center. If we have, let's say, a pet website, and we have a dog center, right? Like mypetlovers.com/dog center, right? That would be the delivery channel with the code ID. And the exact meant, do we want to just be exact that URL or anything beyond that URL, right? So for example, the website /dog center /anything else, then you wouldn't match exact to be true. You would just leave it false, so that it would be from the dog center on down. So let me show you real quick in Contentful here. I'm just going to jump in Contentful so you can see. Here's the blog, right? I've entered all of the content types in there. We have, let me show you audience. We have dog lovers, cat lovers, bird lovers, all animal lovers, right? So it's, oops, I didn't mean to do that. We'll just do, you can see it's very simple. It's got the name and the code ID. If we go into the delivery channel, we have homepage, dog center, mobile app, right? We have those three delivery channels that we set up. So if I go to home center, it's just /. And does it have to be exact? No, which means that in this case, if the user is at the homepage or anywhere below, then show this entry when we tag it. I can, of course, say yes, publish those changes, and then it's going to be only show it on the homepage, right? The delivery channel. Same with mobile app. Now, mobile app, it doesn't matter because it's actually a mobile app. So in there, but for example, dog center, I say exact yes. That means that entries tagged as dog center would only be shown /dogs. Anything below it wouldn't. So, all right. So let's jump into a blog now, post. And I'm going to, like, here's this blog article is for dog lovers only. So if we see that, we have the article. It's simple. It's a very simple blog article with the author. But here I have two rules. This blog article, for this blog article to be shown, it has to be, the audience have to be dog lovers only, right? You can see here, dog lovers. It should match all the conditions. So in other words, in this case, there's only one condition, dog lovers. And then the delivery channel must be dog center. Okay. Now I decided to separate it so I can see the rules here. We could here add existing and say delivery channel and say dog center, insert. We can publish that. And then what I could do here is under delivery channel dog center, I can remove that. And now what we're going to do is just rename this rule to audience and delivery channel. Right, we'll do that. So now we have one rule with